Trump's hate. Love Trump's hate. Love Trump's hate.
Love Trump's hate. Love Trump's hate. Love Trump's hate. Love Trump's hate. Love Trump's hate.
Woo!
Love Trump's hate.
Easter is a time of rebirth, spring is a time of rebirth, so is Passover. We are in Passover season. And with that in mind, a quick story about that. At Passover we tell the story of the 10 plagues, that happened before the exodus to the desert and the rebirth of the Jewish people. And I don't know what we've done to deserve this, but our country is now facing its own plagues. Not the biblical kind, but the ethical kind. And so I present to you the 10 plagues of ethics now befalling our country. Plague number 1, conflicts of interest.
Conflicts of interest.
Self-dealing.
Self-dealing.
Profiteering from exposure.
Profiteering from exposure.
Profiteering from the presidency.
Profiteering from the presidency.
Failure to divest.
Failure to divest.
Destruction of oversight.
Destruction of oversight.
Lack of transparency.
Lack of transparency.
Emoluments.
Emoluments.
Corrosive tone at the top.
Corrosive tone at the top.
And tax returns.
Tax returns.
You all already know the biggest lender to the president's business empire is Deutsche Bank, a German financial giant that is in current negotiations with the United States Department of Justice. The Department of Justice reports to the president. That is a conflict of interest. Can you do that?
You can do that.
A third of the days that the president has been in office, he has been at his own property at Mar-a-Lago. Free advertising for his property, free money for his property, charging government to stay there. Did he run for president just to enhance his own brand and pay his own properties? Can you do that?
You can do that.
Profiteering from exposure. The Mar-a-Lago membership went from a discount rate before the election to double, more than $200,000 now. You too can rub shoulders with Steve Mnuchin and Linda McMahon and all of the villains of the current administration if you just pay $200,000. Can you do that?
You can do that.
Who would want to do it? Profiteering from the presidency. You know, embassies, among other places, buy nights at hotels. Those embassies now feel like it would be rude to not use a Trump hotel. And the hotel across the street from the White House, whose hotel is that? You better believe it. That actually is our hotel, and Trump basically is renting it. But guess what? The Kuwaiti embassy moved their holiday party there. Kellyanne Conway got on TV and told everyone to go buy Ivanka's stuff. Failure to divest. You all know this. No one has divested. The president has not divested. His daughters and his sons have not divested. He promised to isolate himself from management of his companies. He failed to keep that simple promise, the same promise that every president in modern memory has complied with. He's drawing money from more than 400 businesses at any time without disclosing it, and his son recently went to Forbes and said he plans to update his father regularly on how their business is doing. Can you do that?
You can do that.
Divestiture is not too high a price to pay to be president of the United States. Am I right? Let's talk about destruction of oversight. Was Ivanka security cleared?
No.
Where are the press conferences? Have we seen a press conference anytime recently?
No.
Is the press still in control of what's going on in our national government? Are they able to give us the news?
No.
Can you do that?
You can do that.
What about lack of transparency? Do we know what the president owns right now?
No.
Do we know about his entanglements or his entitlements?
No.
Do we even know who's visiting the White House, our house in Washington, D.C.?
No.
Can you do that?
You can do that.
And all of this from someone who founded Trump University. We expected more.
We did that.
What about emoluments? In the very Constitution of the United States, Article 1, Section 9, it says, anything of significant value from a foreign government cannot be accepted by folks in the executive, right? So Trump, among other things, lists in his 564 line items on his disclosure forms, entities from Qatar, from Dubai. He's selling these entities and he's selling his properties to governments and government officials and accepting money from government officials all across the world. Can you do that? Finally, and most near and dear to my heart, the tone at the top. And this is a quote, this is not my words. This is an ethics, nationally renowned, internationally renowned ethics guru. Donald Trump is making the United States an anti-corruption laughingstock. They say it's almost a bit of a joke to have countries with their own corruption issues come here and laugh at our corrupt government. Can you believe it? Only a few months ago, we were the gold standard and the shining leader for anti-corruption across the world. And now, because of this, we can't lead. He's already failing the test. He put a 5-year prohibition on people from the administration becoming lobbyists. Someone left the administration already, and he waived the prohibition. Can you do that? There are 2.7 million employees in the executive branch alone. The president is holding himself to a lower standard than his own appointees and employees. Can you do that? Senior staffers in the Trump administration skipped the customary and required ethics training when they walked into the White House. Can you do that? Maybe this explains why aides to the president don't seem to understand that they can't sell Trump's businesses from the White House. Can you do that? Last, tax returns. Do we need to see those tax returns? What do we want? When do we want them? Show your taxes. Show your taxes. Show your taxes. Show your taxes. Last but not least, what can we do? Resist. Don't give up. Become a volunteer deputy registrar if you're not already here in Texas. Register your friends, register your family, register your coworkers. Tell everybody about what's going on here. Hit social media and support only politicians who promote ethics and good government. We are the people. This money is ours. This power is ours. And we will make our voice heard. Thank you.